least
fix
it's
that
an easy
shit.
fix.
That is an easy fix, luckily. Hopefully it didn't affect anything, and I'm not hearing myself again. Make sure that it's going into feed. Looks like it. Somebody say something?
Hi.
Okay.
Hello.
Thank you. Yes, okay, it's working now. I'm
Just
sorry.
screaming.
Sorry, everybody. I'm an idiot. And it's late. Okay. You're all set.
Okay.
Okay.
Appropriate.
Panic noises.
Tempted to just try the web browser for Discord, see if that does anything different.
Maybe.
You can try.
You're sounding okay at the moment, but...
I've had way too much caffeine.
Yeah, I'm realizing
There's
that
still a lot in this bottle.
a Monster and a Frosty simultaneously may not be the best way.
Oh, Maggie, you weren't here. I had this plus some of another one because they made the wrong size, so I had an extra. And I have a Dr. Pepper.
Oh.
I'm basically vibrating at this point.
Basically.
Accurate.
As we just all add all the gifts of all the...
Everyone's screaming.
By the way, I just searched for Critical Role Panic and that came up. That might be my favorite thing now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is being added.
Slow pan to Sam's face.
He's just...
I like that you can very clearly see that Laura is just screaming, shit!
What was that moment?
I forget.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I feel like I remember watching it. I think, right?
I don't
Or no,
I
maybe
very rarely
not.
actually watch, so it's hard for me to guess.
I mean,
Like, I usually
judging by the
like the
reactions, I'm
reveal of,
guessing
like-
it's when he takes out a monster.
Yeah, so it looks like a monster reveal. The way you can see, like,
Yeah.
just kind of looking down at the table.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, like,
And, like, Laura,
Travis
too.
getting really excited.
Yeah, Laura and, like, all kind of looking at, like, the table and... I don't know.
I almost want to say it's at a point where you're not at yet, Bess.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I feel like I've just seen this GIF enough, but I was like, yeah. I feel like it's also, you can probably figure out somehow through the deduction what episode it is based on what is on Sam's flask, but...
Well, yeah, what people are wearing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I want to say it's in the 60s somewhere, though.
Hey, I'm getting
Like
close.
one of those episodes.
I'm on like 60.
Actually, no.
something.
Ashley's not there, so I don't think it's in those.
Yeah.
I'm on 60 something. I forget what.
Yeah, like 61, 62.
Everyone good?
The only episode I haven't listened to or watched is this last one.
I'm caught back up.
I'm definitely not. I don't even know how many episodes
Same.
they have, but it's more than 60, so...
It's like 90.
Yeah.
92.
They're getting
So
real close
I'm
to
like
100.
30 episodes behind.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm very behind too.
Wow.
I'm trying to remember what they just...
Aaron, can you not?
Ron, do you remember
There you go.
what the episode... Actually, was it when we were driving? Or did I go back and listen to one again? I don't remember now.
I'm not
It's
ready.
gonna be visible until you guys are ready, so...
Did we want a D&D?
Yeah.
So,
Okay, now I'm gonna...
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Heck.
You have to be invisible just because Cortanus isn't there?
I'm not here. I'm not here.
You are here! Liar!
Okay. So, I'm not going to recap. I'm just going to put us right back to where we left off. It is in front of the church in the Shadowfell. Wind and cold
Sorry,
rain.
the fact that
Wind and cold rain are slicing down, pelting everybody. Leah is kneeling over Elias's body, having just called on the blessing of the Wild Mother to bring him back. And as he sits up, everyone sort of breathing a sigh of relief. You hear the sound of the wind dies down somewhat, and behind you all, you can hear the sound of multiple objects sort of hitting the ground. And as you turn and look, you can see the form of Cortanus just sort of beginning to dissipate, sort of becoming immaterial, and then kind of drifting away in the wind. The last moments, just her turning to look at all of you as her form disappears. You can see her pack, a number of various belongings, everything but her armor and her blades, sort of unceremoniously having fallen to the ground. With the wind blowing, it's sort of like kind of beginning to blow some of loose items here and there. And you can see her journal on the ground, having kind of blown open, pages flipping in the wind.
Leah's just kind of looking back at Elias. Elias,
no.
Tunnel vision, not even seeing that. I'm just looking Elias over. Just.
Is he up?
He's like sitting up on his like elbows, sort of like dazed, and
I'd imagine Leah still has like a hand on him because she just hasn't fully even like
right.
Yeah, Wiria is literally like just no.
Yeah,
no.
Leah's grasping for words, and
no.
between looking at Elias where Cortanus was, and then everybody else just with a look of what? Just I'm so confused, and what?
Imagine it's just what the fuck.
And when she's done saying no repeatedly, she runs over, picks up the journal, holds it like almost painfully tightly, looks at it for a second, says,
There's a way
to get her back, right?
As you pick up the journal, you can see that a number of pages near the end of the book have been ripped out very carefully, but there's a folded set of pages that fall out onto the ground.
Well, before the wind blows them away, she picks them up.
Yeah, like the wind is like they land and they start sort of flaring away.
Maria's not about that life. She grabs them.
You pick it up, and it appears that it is a letter. At least it at first glance, in her handwriting, probably a couple of pages. And if everybody can mute your mics for a moment. I'm going to assume that you're going to read it.
She'd bring it over to Elias. She wouldn't read it by herself, but yes.
Right. So
Okay.
You see it as it's initially actually addressed to Elias.
Of course it is.
So you're back, and you see this letter. Just gotta get a second.
Dated 14th of Dualahe. My lord Elias Maxwell, if you are reading this, my service to you hath come to an end. However, given what we faced on this journey, 'twas far longer than I had ever been anticipating. That is part, I feel, due to the power and skills of yourself and of our companions, and part a testament to your kindness. I leave this letter in hopes you will understand my desire for parting words whilst I can give them, and hope you will not be burdened to impart them to the others on my behalf. Tell Leomoira that I was thankful for her aid and guidance on this journey. She's a most excellent warrior and pathfinder, and is fortunate to have such a home and family to take so many meaningful names. Remind Felice if you see her again that I wouldst miss her optimism and most unique of solutions to problems, and that her magic and skills, hairbraiding included, were helpful and appreciated. Tell Wiria I feel I wouldst most certainly miss her compassion and her music, and lament that I could not strengthen my arms in a Salakeen of her making. This world needeth more beacons of light, when there's also darkness such as we have found. Tell Velis that perhaps I truly am an old maid, with old views, and for that I am sorry. It took me too long to find understanding. Give Aiden my gratitude for being my sparring partner, my brief student, and a gracious ear to many a blathering. He can be crass and highly frustrating on occasion, but he hath been looking out for us all in his own unique way. Tell him that I sincerely hope he finds his brother safe, and that I regret that I cannot be there to aid in his reuniting with his family as I'd agreed and hoped to be. But he shouldst know that I believe we were all fortunate to find a group of companions that doth not need a reason to help uplift us. Perhaps this is what it is to truly have family without blood. Prithee, he should consider confiding in you all more. And he should remember to be most mindful of his footwork and balance if he so chooseth to continue with a second blade. As for you, my lord, I pray you can accept my most sincere apologies. I am well aware that I spent much of my duty arguing what I believed my place was supposed to be, and yet you continued to treat me as something far more than what I considered myself. It was nice to be acknowledged more than I had ever been while fully human. No matter the circumstances of my fall, I can only hope you would consider me to have been of good use to you, because this once worthless knight no longer felt so worthless in your employ. Aiden told me that perhaps we were both fortunate to have found and been found by each other. Well, if fortune was involved, I fear I may have done you a disservice in undeservedly receiving the far better half of our covenant. This existence is both my payment and my penance for an uglier side of me I hope I left behind 1,000 years ago. As I write this, I still falter, wondering whether I truly deserved this fortune, even if mayhaps it is poetic justice that I shall not remember it when I have finally begun to fear forgetting. How many times might I have written similar words as these to close companions I no longer recall? That is unfair to them, and now to you all, and for that I am sorry. Continue forward on the path fate takes you, and let the others know that I was privileged to walk and fight alongside them, even if I had not always seen eye to eye. Perhaps an extra apology can be given to Velis in my stead as well. Lifelong notions are difficult to break from, and... No, that is simply a different kind of ugly thought. I shall make no more excuses for my failings. Simply apologize for me. Instead, I pray our friends achieve their goals, and possibly change this strange New Exandria for the better. And of course I hope the same of you. Perchance, someday, I shall read a story, or hear a song, about the adventures of an interesting group of individuals, and smile without knowing wherefore. Or, while I doth not find fault in the slightest in avoiding the unnecessary task, and I also have doubts as to the ability to leave it reliably if the deck is as potentially dangerous to its owners as hath been explained to me, mayhaps, as Felice considered, this journal shall be waiting for me if my next lord or lady sees fit to return it. 'Tis a most pleasant thought. Live well, my lord, and may your matron of ravens watch over you and our friends. I had the honor to be your obedient servant. katanas.
What the fuck
Although
was that?
The wind has died down. The rain still falling lightly.
Waria's crying like anime girl tears, like, you know, that ridiculous sob. And
I feel like Leah would go and probably pick Quiria up and then hug her really tight. And she'd notice Leah is like a strong woman, but crying. And, you know, understanding probably less than the others, but, you know,
Yeah.
it being clear that for whatever reason, Cortanus is gone.
I mean, Waria hugs Leah back as hard as she can with the strength of 9.
Also, I mean, her arms probably don't reach the whole way around, so she's possibly being somewhat smothered by.
It's probably very
Leah.
cute.
Yes.
And Waria looks over at where when Leah puts her, assuming Leah puts her
Leah
down,
will put her down. Yeah.
she looks over where Cortana's vanished, and then she looks back at Elias, and still crying, takes a deep breath, and says, "Is there any way to get her back?"
Yeah. Apparently. Sorry. Yeah.
It's fine.
Had a little conversation on the other side. Raven Queen said that she was able to intervene because, you know, this is her place, this is her domain, plane, whatever. And she'll tell me how to get her back once I finish up in the city. And then come to her in her place.
There's like that moment where like she's both laughing and crying and says, "Is that why you told her to fuck off?"
Yeah. I don't know, there's just something about feeling like you're being
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay, I'm back. It's good.
Oh good.
I just lost audio for a minute.
Hey, it's not just me.
For the record,
Yeah.
as soon as Elias says, "Yeah," Waria just gives like a very approving nod because she supports that.
So
Are you all right now?
we just talking physically, or I mean I'm sore. But, I'll be fine. Once we get this. Got a ritual to complete.
I guess we do.
Okay.
And Velis stands up and turns and just throws a dagger at the frozen
So you're saying
statue of a
you just have
cultist.
to do this?
Me too.
What?
Just
Doesn't really
yells and
stop.
throws it.
Yes, I'm pretty sure he's already dead.
Wiria holds her hand at Elias, who's still extremely rough because literally just been revived,
1 hit point.
and uses healing light to heal him for 10 hit points, so he's a little less almost dead.
Thank you. Go away.
While Velis is
Mhm.
stabbing things.
Gonna, after that, just hold out a hand to help Elias up.
I will accept the hand and somewhat shakily stand the whole.
Hmm? So we just have to complete your mission, and the Raven Queen is able to return Cortanus.
Well, she said she'd tell me how to get Cortanus back. If
I mean-
remember correctly, it's been a month.
It doesn't seem too high of an asking price. It's what you are already sent here to do, isn't it? I mean, it's harder now without Cortanus, but
It's pretty
It's the
shitty to say
principle of the-
before
it's the
we
principle
tell
of
you
the
how to
thing.
get your friend back, you have to do this thing for me.
I don't.
I mean,
No guarantees anyway.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
I'm
we're
as upset as you are, but
gonna do
the whole
it.
reason you're here is to do this quest, is it not?
Yeah, so it's bullshit. She's holding it over his head.
Thank you.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
exactly.
I-
I mean, we're gonna do it because
I don't like. She would always say like I made a choice, that I've made choices that have, put me on this. I don't know. But now it kind of feels like, that choice has been made for me. And, like,
I
what am I
mean-
going to do? Say no?
At this point, no, but forgive me if it's not my place. It sounded like you were strongly considering saying no prior to this.
So it's all right
And
that
you-
she holds Cortanus
You swore
hostage?
allegiance to this goddess, so it only seems natural she would be a little annoyed if she sent you on this dream quest and now you're trying to back out. Trust me, I want to get Cortanus back as much as you, but
Yeah.
I don't think that your patron is
Yeah.
out of line.
Maybe I picked the wrong patron.
Perhaps. I mean, I do not know her personally, so I cannot speak of that one, but you did choose her for some reason, so
Yeah. Well, it didn't seem
Sometimes
like
you
I
don't
had
have a choice who you pick in the moment.
Again, didn't seem like I had many options at the time. Was it? Well, it was not a great situation.
no, it's not.
So we have to finish
But it
this.
could be worse.
Yeah, we have to finish this.
We have the possibility of getting Cortanus back. I'd say in this given scenario, that's honestly the best we could hope for.
it's
It's a possibility. It's not a guarantee.
But it's more of a chance than we would have had.
True.
Often in these situations, the only guarantee is that they won't be coming back. So,
I mean, this situation
Stop
is a
fucking making excuses for her.
I do not begin to understand the situation with Cartanis and Elias, other than they are strongly linked, and I don't remember what all Layla knows, but
Alright, right,
all I know is
I don't think you've gotten the whole... So...
I know that something unnatural about it. But...
That doesn't mean it's all right for her to hold this over Elias to get what she wants. This is what gods do. They use people and they manipulate, and
Not just
now
gods.
Yeah.
Are you talking? Because I did not hear anything.
Yeah.
All right.
I heard not just gods. That's all I got.
No, that's all
Yeah.
I said. I think.
Yeah, that's all I said.
Not just. What about not just? I don't know.
Yeah.
I was
I'm
responding to
confused.
Velis. Velis said
Velis.
gods
Oh.
do manipulate people, and Aiden was saying it's not just
Oh.
God.
I did not hear that.
Oh, okay. That explains a lot.
I was like, what are you? I thought not just gods was in response to me. That's why I was like, what?
there. She's using this. She'd do a hell of a lot better
I cannot hear Kristen. Am I
getting
the
us
only
to do what she wants. If you just fucking give us something, and that's kind of yelled in the general vicinity of the sky.
We need to resolve why Bess can't hear Kristen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's weird. It's really bizarre.
I
You
can
have
try
her
to
muted?
reconnect.
No.
Check your thing on Discord.
Yeah.
Check what thing?
Mm,
My
Check Kristen's level.
You may
Yeah.
have muted her or turned her down.
Nope. She is at 100%. She is not muted.
Weird, because I can hear Kristen just fine.
Yeah.
I know. That's why I was like, this is really weird. Like, and I can
Can
hear
you hear me
everybody
now?
else. Now I can hear you.
Oh,
Okay.
That was
weird.
weird.
Okay.
And I was like,
So-
I have 3 green
Discord.
bars. I was like,
Yeah,
everything
Discord.
looks fine.
okay.
So the moment that Velis is like kind of like shouting out to the heavens and the sky, Wirya and Aiden, you both feel a sort of psychic tug. Aiden, you recognize this almost instantly. It almost feels like a knock. Taj somehow reaching out to you. Wirya, you feel this sort of warm sensation kind of like wash over you. It feels a little bit like when you were in Tesoa and following that sort of warm floral scented breeze. Different. It's a different scent, but you feel it just sort of like wash over you for a moment. And it doesn't feel like River Dancer, but it is reminiscent.
What is Velis doing?
Did anyone else
He just. I'll tell you. I'll type it.
feel
Okay.
something?
Yeah. Did any? Yeah.
I don't think I
It was
did.
me and
Did
Aiden.
I-
It was just Wirya and Aiden.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Wirya doesn't know
It-
that.
And it wasn't the sense wasn't sort of like a so Wirya, that was the sort of the just like this sensation. However, Aiden, you're definitely picking up sort of a lingering sense of panic from it.
I mean, if Aiden doesn't say anything, Wirya just sort of shakes her
I
head.
mean,
I don't know
just
what I
has
said.
kind of curious look on his face.
Look, if Wirya sees that, she looks at it. Did you feel something? Because I felt something. I don't know what it was.
I think the hag is in trouble.
The hag is in trouble. Why do I know when the hag is in trouble?
Well, you're one of the other ones who made deals.
a deal.
Not with her.
Fair enough. Oh, okay, fair. Different deal.
Can we hear this conversation?
I mean, we're just
Oh,
talking.
This is that one.
This is not
Yeah.
psychic.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you had like stepped away
Oh,
or
no.
okay. So Leah's just kind of giving them a questioning look of like, you say the hag is in trouble?
I mean,
Well,
Aiden says the hag is in trouble. I just
don't
felt
know.
something.
Do we give a fuck about the hag right now, or do we just want to finish this
I'm
and
Not
get out of here?
especially. I just found it curious. That she
There is a
reach
little
out
something
to
odd
of all people.
about that and the timing, but no, I'm not especially concerned about helping a hag. I didn't know what I was feeling. That's all.
She's gonna look at Aiden. I'm confused.
Do we care?
Not
mean-
unless the hag can help us get Cortanus back. That's the only reason I
Why-
would care.
Why would the two of you know that the hag is in trouble?
She chose us to alert, apparently. I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know what
Shrug
goes
emojis.
on in the mind of a hag, as much as I wish I did. That'd be really fun to manipulate.
Careful. Wish for Aiden.
Yeah. Oh no. You are now
knowing what's
psychically
going
linked
on
with
in
the
mind of
hag.
I mean,
But yes, it is another option if we don't want to deal with freaking God that's trying to
Elias,
makes no guarantees.
is the only reason
I mean,
how Ray doesn't know what to say. She's trying to come up with a
Yeah.
question,
I think
but can't quite
Elias
phrase it.
is probably just kind of put a hand on Velas' shoulder awkwardly
Just
because
reaching up.
reaching up a bit, just just be like, I appreciate it, but it's okay. I mean, no, we can't. Leaving a hole between the material plane and the Shadowfell is a bad thing. So I'm gonna finish this. And I mean, at least with the Raven Queen, I know what I'm dealing with. I'm not making a deal with a hag.
Nobody said anything about you doing.
No!
I think Elias means that none of us are making a deal with a hag,
It's
and
a
he has any
bad
say
idea.
in it.
Like, I mean, sure, it's your life, but
I don't know how a hag could help.
that too.
She wouldn't be able to get Cortanus away from the Raven Queen if the Raven Queen really wants to hold her over us anyway.
No. Yeah.
So
I find it at least slightly odd that at this moment of all times, you're suddenly getting this. I was gonna say radar, but she doesn't know what that is. This signal from this hag that we encountered, whether it's good or bad, or I don't.
She senses our desperation, I imagine.
That's fair.
Track.
Okay, but if she is in danger, do we assume it was the same people who attacked us then, or is there something else there?
I mean, we
Do
don't
we
even know
care?
she's
Oh, that's
actually in
true.
danger.
Yeah.
No, we don't. But
But do you
What are
really
we
want to
talking
go
about?
poking your nose trying to save the life of a hag? I'm
not saying we're
it's
going
a
to save
favor
her
for
life.
a favor.
but
I agree that the timing
there's a lot of things that we don't know about. It's a feeling that she's endangered. That's all.
I'm gonna go
I feel like we've been alerted.
collect
It would
my
be
dagger.
foolish to just walk away and ignore it.
I mean,
I'm not saying we have to do anything about it, but
Well, let's
Maria looks at Elias.
one thing at a time.
also looking at
let's-
Elias.
Let's
I'm just
deal
as
with this.
inclined to take the fastest route out of here.
So we
Just look at
finish your
Elias
quest.
and say, follow you.
It's
And then we do
probably a
whatever
terrible
we need to
decision,
do.
But okay.
To get Cortanis back.
Yeah.
And Taj, whether she's in trouble or not, or what I felt is what Aiden felt, or any of that is presumably irrelevant to the matter of getting Cortanis back.
Probably.
So, unless where he just looks around, trails off and looks around.
We should grab her things at least.
Yeah.
We're is still holding the journal. Like she gave
Yeah.
Elias the letter, but she's
shit.
still holding the
Elias-
journal.
Elias is going like, oh shit, like to look, is the stone still like, oh, we have
Oh,
a very
yeah.
dangerous artifact.
Yeah,
But
she had
should
it.
not just be lying around.
It's in her pack. Basically everything but her clothing and armor and weapons is all there. I think actually, Aaron had a inventory list or something. Somewhere.
You usually do.
Weirdo dog. All right. Well,
But yeah, the stone's there.
what do we want to do with that?
Yeah, I definitely don't want to leave this here.
Well, somebody has to carry it.
Yeah.
Leah can carry the amount of a large creature.
Yeah, we're talking about the soul stone.
The soul stone specifically. Yeah.
Still, I'm just like, I mean, you don't
Soul
have to
shard.
attune to it, do you?
No,
Like,
no,
right
it's just
now.
a matter of like we took it away from Elias.
We took it away from Elias, so yeah.
I feel like
Thank
You don't
At
have
the
to
moment-
attune to it to carry it, but
No.
you have to attune to it to
I
use
feel like at the moment, Leah will just assume to take that.
Yeah.
Given all of the talk about not trusting people
I
and
have-
making deals, Leah's like, I'll hold this.
I have been told I'm not allowed to carry this anymore, so.
Does Leah even know what it does?
Well,
Yeah.
you were there for our
I don't know,
fights
she
about
was-
it. What? You were,
Yeah, I think.
I think, but
She
I
was there
don't
when
know
he
if
used it.
she was.
yeah.
I think, but I don't remember if it was ever fully explained. I
don't
think she knows that he's not allowed to have it, but that's about it.
It's powerful and intensely romantic.
Romantic.
Necromantic.
Necromantic. Hey, I just died. Cut me some slack.
It's
like
not
that.
inherently evil, but
Evil,
like
it's just
It's dangerous
very-
to use.
it's
Yeah.
powerful.
powerful and yeah, potentially
Rose
dangerous.
from
So
Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
So, I'd like to take a minute to get a sense of how many of those things we're out and about today, and then I guess we do this.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
So you take a minute to concentrate. There seems to be a significant concentration of them in one particular part of the city. Not many anywhere else. They seem to have gathered
Same place
around
as usual.
something. In this case, it is the rough area. I have yet to actually draw a map of the city. I should do that. I should definitely draw a map of the city. We've been spending so much time in it. But it is near that area where likely the more stable rifts are.
Well, getting to the rift is going to be a fight, but I think we expected that.
So, just calling back to the conversation with the ghost in the church, he had said that there are going to be rituals and implements and stuff in the cathedral, the Raven Queen's cathedral in the city.
Right.
We got something out of the...
No, the cathedral, not this
The
church.
cathedral, not the the
Yeah.
cathedral actually in the city. Yeah.
Okay,
not
okay.
the-
Like that's like you're like I need some information, and like friendly, helpful elf ghost said,
Yeah.
go here.
He was a very chill ghost. I liked him.
He was pretty chill.
He had refreshing ghost booze.
Did we know where that is? Did he give us that?
Rough directions, but it's probably one of the largest buildings in the city in that area, so not too difficult to find once you've made your way there.
Okay.
The trick is just avoiding all of the nasties that make their way around the city. But from what you can tell, a significant number of them aren't actually nearby.
Well, the sooner we do this, the sooner we
Yep.
can get out of here, right?
Mm-hmm.
We go!
Go.
Okay. All right. So, let's have everyone make a stealth check because I'm going to assume that you're going to try and make your way through the city.
I'm
mean,
gonna
that-
go ahead and do a quick second level cure wounds on myself.
Oh, I was gonna say Leah will lay on hands.
Yeah.
Give you back like
Use
20.
any second level slots. So
I'm gonna give you. I'll give you half of Leah's lay on hands. I think, which is I want to say it's. I'll give you at least 20. I forget how many she has.
26
That's
for
5
stealth.
times.
Yeah, that's why I'm
You
like.
said
Oh, she has 50 now, but still, I'll give you 20 lay on hands.
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't roll terribly well on
That's
healing
all
light, but at least you have something.
Yeah, no, it
Okay.
helped. Okay. Ugh. I
And
rolled really
also,
badly on my
as we
cure
walk, like to hand Elias a potion to say, just in case. And it's a potion of resistance.
Okay. Thank you.
I'd not like to have a repeat of that.
Yeah. Ideally, that would.
That was a lot.
It's a lot.
You gather up all of your belongings.
Oh,
Probably
right.
have to break camp somewhat, gathering up a few things inside, shoulders
Stop it.
from your packs,
Ooh.
checking your armor, your weapons. You had asked this, or someone had asked this last week. Not last week. Last time we played. Last month.
Mm-hmm. Or 2 months ago.
Yeah, almost 2 months. About where Moira's mother was, and there's no sign of her.
Mm.
Oh.
So
When
as
did she
you-
disappear?
At some point, in the
Oh, Elias.
he's
Oh, right,
just sort of-
He's having a
No.
bad day.
he's not even actually trying. He's just plotting, trudging.
I don't even know if it's trudging. It's more just like walking with purpose.
At least
He's
we're
right
in
or
Bella's
Ooh.
roll stealth.
Hey, guess what? I beat that.
Also, so what kind of? You said potion of resistance.
Verbal
What
stuff.
Yeah,
kind of resistance?
just a general
any
potion of resistance. It's so it. Hold on, I still
bet if you
have
look
one
at
in my
the
inventory, so I can.
It
Mhm.
well, yeah, and there's acid resistance, cold resistance, fire resistance, force resistance, lightning. Like,
Uh-oh.
So this one
If
is
it's
just called a
everything,
potion of
then that's-
resistance, and it says resistance to the first type of damage taken after using the potion for 1
Okay.
hour.
So, potion of
Nice.
adaptive resistance, basically. It depends on what you get hit with.
Right.
That makes sense.
Um,
I'll write it in
I
here.
had 2 of them, so I still had it.
So, as you're packing things up and looking around, there is no sign of Leah's mom.
Leah's gonna
really
kind of
worrying.
freak out at that and just. Did anyone see where my mother went?
Nobody recalls seeing her in the battle at all.
Um,
She's still inside.
Not that anyone can obviously see.
I don't have like locate person.
Nope.
It's been so long. I'm like, I mean, I don't think she had
Yeah.
mentioned about going anywhere or anything. So
No,
Right.
she just isn't here.
No, she was very much like sticking by your side.
yeah. So I'm worried that somebody took her
You're
or
a
something.
Pathfinder, aren't you? Do some.
She's just gonna give Aiden a look. I'm just like.
I mean,
Do some pathfinding.
what
Pathfinder, not people finder.
is there any? I mean, there's no evidence at all of where she could have gone, or
You could search.
Yeah.
That would be a
Investigation.
investigation roll, or perhaps a survival.
I mean,
roll.
yeah. If I can roll survival,
Yeah, I mean, tracking
Leah
someone,
sucks at
looking for
investigation,
tracks. Yeah, you could either do an
Oh my
intelligence
gosh.
investigation or with some survival.
I am not rolling well. Oh goodness.
You're a little
Alright.
disoriented,
Yeah.
out of sort.
That's a 10 total.
Yeah. You were hoping you'd be able to find something, but kind of in the back of your mind, you knew that if you wanted to get somewhere unseen, that it would be difficult to find her.
Yeah.
well,
You do know that she has survived this
Yeah.
by herself
I'm
for
not
a very long
worried about
time.
her dying as much as just
Her welfare.
her welfare, and that complicates things. And I feel like I worry more about her mental state, as it is already worrisome how far she has, fallen from who she used to be.
Mm.
So
I mean, we can keep an eye out, but if we don't have any leads, best to just move. We have things that we have to do.
You've packed. You've gathered your things. Found no evidence of Amar's mom.
I don't suppose at any point there has been something that qualified as a short rest.
Yeah.
If you wanted to stick around a little bit longer.
Nope.
Okay. Don't mind the fireworks. It's just New Year. I don't know how well those are coming.
yeah, it sounds kind of
bang,
like
bang.
somebody
Loudly.
Yeah, it
cool
sounds
or
like some
something.
banging.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it sounds like somebody decided to play jacks with pool balls, kind of.
Yeah, sort of. I have a dog literally draped over my lap, chewing on an antler. I'm like, what are you doing, puppy?
He's keeping you warm.
Something like that.
Okay. So
keep an eye out.
Yeah.
But
You all make your way, leaving the church grounds behind, heading into the city. Cortanis.
What? Nani?
This is a minor interlude. You'd been waiting on the builder. You hadn't quite expected it to be this quick. After he finished his ritual, you feel air filling your lungs, and this overwhelming sense of duty is your life. Your life, duty. And you feel sort of a tugging, a calling. And as you open your eyes, you can see just sort of a ragged male figure in front of you, and you immediately sense that this person is under your protection. You must do everything in your power to keep them safe. And you can see that they have this panicked expression on their face. They seem to be holding some kind of leather satchel, like maybe a deck of cards almost. And they're sort of like panicked looking at you. You can see sweat dripping down their face, soot, a couple of scratches, blood. And you immediately shift into a defensive stance. Behind this person, you can see rising up dozens and dozens of feet this large, deep, crimson red scaled worm as it reaches down, pinning somebody behind to what looks to be an enormous mound of coin. You realize that you're standing in a huge pile of treasure. Just it's sort of all these sensations coming, sort of washing over you. You see the dragon reach down, rip in half the whoever it was that he had pinned, turn to look at you and this figure in front of you, and you hear him say, "Help! We," and you see the dragon take a deep breath in, and your immediate reaction is to reach forward, grab this person, pull them behind you. But there is nothing that you can do as this wave of heat and flame just wash over you, as the dragon just unleashes this huge amount of fire. Cortanis, you've been waiting for the builder. You didn't expect it to actually be this quick. You kind of take a deep breath in. You have the sensation. Life is duty. Duty, your life. You open your eyes, and you have this sense, this young elf woman standing in front of you, dressed in robes. It looks like you're in a study of some kind. Her robes are plain. She looks she's young, and she looks bewildered. You can see some low candles in the room burning low, as the ground around her begins to light up with runes. The circle brightens around both of you. You can hear shouting, screams, yells coming from outside. And then just this blast of arcane energy, and everything goes dark. Cortanis, you didn't expect things to be so quick. You take a breath. You have the sensation, life is duty. Duty is life. And so you are reliving these moments. To an outside perspective, Aaron, Cortanis is reliving moments from her past in which she was summoned. Sometimes almost immediately, her and her summoner perishing. Other times, moving forward, surviving. But Cortanis drifts in a sort of dream-filled sleep, simply remembering moments of when each time she died, waking up, and each time, almost as if it was for the first time, never remembering what had happened. The words are mechanical, almost as if they're not yours, and you're simply reciting a script that you have no ability to alter or change. It's automatic, it's rote, it is part of who you are. As each time you awaken again. And sort of as the camera pulls back in a way, you just see sort of Cortanis, her eyes closed, her hair almost sort of floating in a nimbus around, asleep in just a field of black. And we cut back to the party, trudging their way through the city. Velis, you're as hard as you're trying to be stealthy and quiet, you can see Elias almost just not giving a goddamn fuck.
Yeah.
And just like head forward, pounding the pavement, moving on, and you're just like, it's almost like not even color.
Just seeing that not working, I'm just kind of falling to step with everyone else and just give up.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
No fucks given.
I like to think that Leah is trying.
Right. Oh, she is.
It's just
trying.
going badly.
Except she's constantly distracted because she's like always looking, constantly like stepping on things instead of really actually being quiet.
Yeah. Elias is
Where he sighs a little at their very not stealthy companion.
Okay. As you continue to move through the city, it is as still and quiet as it had been in the past. Gesundheit.
Allergies!
Oh. So does that mean that like Velis is allergic to something?
Velis is allergic to fuckery. That's all.
Yeah. The trek through the city is largely uneventful. Every now and again, you do see or hear the noises of far-off creatures moving. Occasional, you can see gloomstalkers flying through the air. But enough of you actually rolled high enough stealth that they, you're not totally flubbing the group check. So you don't gather any unwanted attention making your way downtown.
Making our way downtown.
It was there.
Killing shit.
I knew you were gonna
it.
do that.
I am the bard.
And it's not too far before you realize that you are being followed by something. They you're not quite sure who or what. Actually, what I'll do is I will have a. Why doesn't everyone make a perception check?
Okay.
Because they're not trying that hard to hide themselves.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Better because
That's a natural one.
Me too.
21.
Yeah.
I rolled another 2.
Oh, wow.
1, 1, 2.
So
We are
7.
very distracted.
Wow. Okay.
Except for
Sure.
Wiria. Wiria's on this
7.
shit.
Yeah.
21.
Sorry, it's
Okay.
a total of 10. I forgot I was muted.
Sure.
I will also be right back, though. Sorry. You
Okay,
can keep
sure.
going, but
All right. So, as you've been making your way through, you realize that you've been tailed by it might be a Shatterkai patrol, and Wuria, you're the only person who actually notices, or notices, or even senses or picks up on what it is. And they just seem to sort of be following, but keeping their distance from you.
Okay.
So.
Wiria.
You can kind of get a sense of because you can see so damn well in the dark that their attempts to hide in shadows, while ordinarily are incredibly talented and even magically skilled, as long as something's within 120 feet of you, there's no such thing as shadow, even in the shadow film.
Hard to dodge my magic eyes.
Yes.
Yeah, so Wiria nudges whoever's closest to her, which I guess I don't know who that would be. And just very, very quietly, I mean, let's just say Velis, because convenient. Very, very, very quietly whispers that, well, we're being tailed by a Shatterkai patrol.
sorry.
They
I'm
don't
back.
seem to be doing anything, so I don't know if it's a real problem. We're being tailed by a Shatterkai patrol. She's whispering this to Velis, though, so Leah doesn't hear it right now. They don't seem to be doing anything, but it just might be good to be aware that they're there. She just wants to be very quiet about it. She doesn't want them to know that she knows that they're there. Right?
Gonna say it. Does Elias know that?
Don't turn around.
That's
but-
part of why she whispered to Velis.
Fair enough.
I'm actually curious how this goes. Does she like tug on his arm and he has to lean over?
Yeah.
Probably.
That's adorable.
That is adorable.
First of all,
I also feel like that's something that happens with the various members of this party and Wiria on a fairly regular
feel a
basis.
tug.
Yeah. Just say, do you think we just keep going for now and see what happens?
She nods. They're not doing anything, so I mean, as long as we know they're there,
Keep an eye on them.
I will.
Keep moving.
Yeah, and as subtly as possible, which, you know, she's actually pretty good at being stealthy and subtle. Wiria will indeed keep an eye on them. Yep, that's why Velis.
Oh, or you all posting or something?
I
found a gift.
Really good gift.
Oh, that one.
Oh yeah, I saw that one.
Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, we just
All
keep
right.
going.
Sure. So the rough direction, so the rough layout of the city is that the cathedral is kind of like the center of the what would have been roughly the center of downtown, for lack of a better word. And so as you're making your way there, the area by the large lake where a lot of the bleed through and rifts are not very close, but they're all sort of in the rough general direction. But the area around that part of the city becomes very less dense buildings and a lot more natural areas of grasses and trees. I mean, they're Shadowfell grasses and trees, so it's all very dark and moody and goth, as opposed to light elven kind of thing. And so the city itself is more integrated into the forest and all of that the closer you get towards the lake and the where the cathedral is. Okay, so I didn't think of anything more elegant than this, so I'm going to have Aaron pop on back.
Hi.
And as you get closer and closer, I believe the patrol moves in range for all of you to see. Cautiously, passively, not aggressively. It's more like they meant for all of you to see them. And leading them is a. Let's see if I can do this. I don't know if I have. Okay, well, here, I'll do this. It's a Shadowkai woman who is not bigger than all of you.
Pretty.
Are we sure she's not actually a giant shadow?
No,
Yeah,
probably like
she's
5'5"
not giant.
at the most.
Yes.
They don't get a
but
lot
she
of that
seems to
vitamin
be-
D for your bones in the Shadowfell.
But yeah, so this is she seems to be the leader of this small patrol of 4 Shadowkai, and she kind of steps out of the shadows. You are within maybe not exactly sight of the cathedral, but you've gotten close.
Have we all noticed them by now?
At this
Oh, yeah.
point,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just kind of
it's sort of
subtly putting a hand on a dagger in case they make any threatening moves, but not being threatening.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Are you here, outsiders?
Was that why are we here? Or was that
Why
just
are
Are you here?
Oh. Yes.
yes.
I wasn't sure, like, they were hiding and, like, they're trying to be stealthy, so, like, walking out and looking around for...
I mean, some of us totally failed our stealth check.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
true.
half
Yeah,
pretty
Elias is
well
not
stealth and-
very-
Like, you did
I was
fairly well
assuming
in
we'd-
general, but... You are the ones that are on the mission from the Queen, are you not?
Looks at looks at Elias.
That would be us.
Good. We have found you then.
Yep.
There's danger ahead.
Hang on a second. Need to.
Unsurprising, honestly.
Oh, shit. Look, are we gonna stand here just, back and forth questions you probably already know the answer to all day, or
No.
I've had a really bad day.
Then perhaps we can be of mutual help. The
Sorry.
aberrations are defending something.
Defending something?
Do you know what they're defending?
Is why
No,
we are
my luck,
scouting.
knowing my luck, it's what we need to finish the ritual.
That would make sense.
That knowing all of
How
our
many
luck,
of them
that's
are there?
probably true.
Track.
What kind? Give us something useful.
Yeah, tell me this, Brendan. I was not expecting to come in tonight, to be fair.
Yeah, I just wanted to like not have you sit out so much.
I was having fun, but
Yeah, just getting to watch. Okay, so I'm
popcorn and
going
everything.
to right. I'll pop in. So what she knows and what she can impart is that the aberrations that have gathered are the sort of humanoid types that you all have fought before. Basically all the ones that you fought in the graveyard, the big guys, the little guy, and maybe one or more of those spellcasters.
she uses the term Sadu monsters, obviously, because that's a technical term.
Yep.
Sad and new monsters.
Right.
All right.
Do we have
Well,
any idea how many?
You having done your ranger sense earlier, got the sense that it was in the dozens.
Oh, we don't want to fuck with that.
But do we have to fuck with that?
Well, I need to get to the cathedral.
Yes.
All right.
So
I
you know, so being very familiar with the city, you know that the cathedral is not far from where this concentration of people are, but it's not like in visual sight. It's probably like somewhere between a quarter mile to a half a mile away, but it's very wide open in that area as opposed to like dense city.
Yeah. Think about it and then point in the general direction of it. It's that way. We can show you the way.
it would be useful.
Thank you. Do
What's...
you have a name?
I was just about to ask that.
Thank you, more charismatic party member.
My name is Shavir.
Nice to
Good.
meet you, Shavir.
Good to meet you, Shavir. I'm Waria.
I'm Leomoira.
Well met.
Well,
I can sense that this is not coincidence. And just like
I'll
reaching
start
down, like
with
she has
your-
a Raven Queen holy symbol like hanging off a belt. And just kind of like hold it.
given how unhappy half of
Kicks
this party
Elias
is
in the
with the Raven
shins.
Queen right now, Larry doesn't respond to this.
He's got 40 hit points, so he probably feels that. He's at like half health.
We should keep moving.
We should, yeah.
And we should probably move as quietly as we can.
Yes. Let's see what I can do here. I can do. I have that. I believe that passed without a trace. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I never went back in, and I think I was gonna change. Not that it affects pass without trace, but I think I was gonna change my fighting style to the blessed thing that gives me access to like cantrips and stuff. But I never actually did that. So, anyways,
Actually, I might not. Shit, did I not grab that? I did not. Because I thought somebody else had it, but.
Felice used to.
As they have
Yeah,
Felice
Felice
had,
used
but-
to, but
Right. That's what I was thinking. Did I?
Yeah.
Is that just. Do I get. Actually.
Oh, that's right. You know, fighting styles. I forgot. I wanted to change Elias's,
Yeah, I
but
got
it's
that.
not
Okay.
available in D&D
I just
Beyond.
totally missed it.
Oh.
Oh, you do have
Really?
Pathfinder Trace.
Yes.
What kind were you gonna change to?
I think it was the blind fighting. The new Unearthed Arcana one, but it's not on D&D Beyond.
It's an hour. So actually, it would probably still be up,
Anyway.
but because going with the patrol
yeah.
Right.
might be up.
Possibly.
Either way, got that. We'll do that.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to recast it to catch us. Thing.
Mm.
Yeah, because it's
Right.
Yeah, it's at the time of casting. It's
Okay.
not just an aura.
Okay. Then we'll like carefully walk up, and it's got like a longbow slung across the thing, and just kind of walks up and recasts and holds the holy symbol. But yeah, we'll cast Pastra Trace and start heading that direction, and just motion for them to follow.
Yeah, the effects of the spell here in the Shadowfell basically, like shadows kind of flit around all of you and kind of stick to your footsteps almost. It's really kind of ordinarily it might seem kind of cool, but right now the idea of being maybe blessed by the Raven Queen or sort of granted some of her powers is not really the same sort of sense that you may have had before.
I feel like Leah's just intrigued at this other side of oh, this is a follower of the Raven Queen who likes the Raven Queen. And just curious as to possibly the different experiences.
Very different circumstances.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, given the opportunity, we'll probably want to ask Shavir about that just because, like,
Feel free.
she's pretty sure that Elias just has some grudge for some reason, and she's not sure why, doesn't really understand it, because she's like, you picked your goddess, why don't you like her? Because that's Leah.
So are we going to the cathedral?
Heading towards the
Yes.
cathedral.
Hopefully,
Stealthily.
Okay.
Indeed. As stealthily as
This is
we
the best I could also do for like probably a bit of an definitely accent. Like this isn't first language for common. It's kind of like off like the Elspeth or what was
Yeah.
Espeth.
Espeth. Yeah.
Going back to the
yeah.
chart.
Yeah, no, it's accented, definitely. Okay.
I mean, technically, Leah should have a very interesting sounding accent because Firbolg dialect.
Oh yeah.
I just don't. I don't do.
You don't, no, that's totally fine.
I wish I could. I just could never figure one out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We can't all be Matt Mercer.
I know, right? I can do British really well, and that's about it.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm just waiting for you guys to the Empire and the Zenian Fields, and then it's like accents all day long. Do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, she's so pretty, Aaron.
I know.
I just pulled that. That's not. I didn't get
I
that.
figured.
done.
Yeah.
That's-
Yeah. We cheated
That's
and we
just
found
stolen
that.
That's
because
fine. It's still really pretty.
it's great.
Yeah. I'd like to find that person.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
image
Yeah,
does
the
not
holy
like
symbol
me.
hanging off, and then big old longbow.
The image does not like me. I cannot open it.
Ebony wood. Yeah, sorry.
Well, there's
I'll get
a
the
thing
better
on
one.
Roll20.
Yeah.
There-
Yeah,
was
I can
just
see the
looking
thing
at
on
Roll20.
Roll20. I can
Yeah.
do,
Yeah.
but
I'll get
Oh.
the full one. I'll get it.
Yeah, I don't know
I
what
just
type of
downloaded
file
it.
that
I have
is.
no idea what
incorrectly,
the fuck
so-
that
One
is.
second. I got this.
What's a GIF?
I got this. I got this.
This is a new file type.
Yeah, I don't even know why. But I got this.
It's
What?
showing weird files.
It like
I couldn't
wants to be a
open for me.
JPEG and a GIF at the same time.
There
so
you go.
it's-
There you go.
So you're saying it's a GIF?
No, it's a GIF.
It's JFIF.
It's a weird messed up. I don't know why. But there you go.
Just pretty.
Very pretty.
So cool.
No. Thank you, artist out there. Well,
Yes,
Yes.
thank you. I stole it.
At something.
Okay.
Boy.
Okay. All right. So, progressing on further, the darkened boughs of the trees here look. They're not. It's not as if it's winter and everything has sort of lost its leaves, but rather that the trees seem lifeless and with sort of pale white trunks, leaves that have really largely lost any color, and so it's more like just a gray scale of faded reds and dull greens. And occasionally there's patches of sort of swampy, mushy grass and dirt, bits of moistened ground. Seems as if the lake here has the proximity of the lake means that a lot of the ground here is not as dry and solid.
You squishy.
Mm-hmm.
So as you're kind of walking, occasionally it patches where it's like slurp.
You probably kind of see that around Shavir's like irises, there's like a slight glow, just a little bit, just as she's going, like looking around and keeping an eye on everything.
Glowy eyes. That's new.
As you begin to approach the vicinity of the cathedral, Elias, you can feel you've felt it before when you were in the Temple of the Raven Queen and Vessel. A deep sense of connection, of presence, of this is a place where the Raven Queen holds sway. And you move closer and closer to the cathedral, that becomes stronger and stronger. And you can definitely get this. And Leah, you pick up on this almost immediately as well, that the place is heavily consecrated. Not just like, oh, this is consecrated ground, but like it is
consecrated with a capital C.
Yes.
It's consecrated with a capital C and like almost under some sort of protection in a sense.
Underlined, bolded.
Yes.
And as you get within sort of viewing distance, you can see just piles of bones in a ring surrounding the cathedral. It stands alone with occasional trees and such nearby, but probably within a good 30 to 40 foot perimeter is just probably a good 3 or 4 feet high. And Shavir, you're familiar with this. Occasionally you have been near the cathedral, and it is under constant protection from the Raven Queen against incursions. And it appears as if that this may be something that the aberrations have been going after. And you can see the topmost layer of bones, there are actual still full corpses and bodies and whatnot. And you can almost see, like, as you go down from the top layer, going lower and lower and lower, the types of creatures shift. The types of bones and whatnot shift until, like, at the bottommost layer, you can even see like beholder skulls and
Wow.
mind flayer corpses and such. And so that over time, you can see that there have been waves upon waves upon waves of creatures that have been sent to cathedral. And as you all approach, you can see sort of a slight ghostly shimmer of a number of figures. There's no sunlight here, but there's often moonlight. And you can kind of see almost like a hazy vision of what look to be ghostly figures and ancient Teliana armor standing guard, sort of surrounding the cathedral. Occasionally, like you'll see a glimpse of a helm or a shield or pauldrons and whatnot, almost as if it was like a mirage kind of blowing through.
Kind of glaring at just the amount of bones around it. The filth have kept going. They shall not get through.
Is this normal?
Say the kudos for effort.
I mean, I would assume because there's a lot of them, but
Yeah.
They've been trying for many years. But the
Do you
Queen's
know-
light is stronger.
do you know what exactly is inside here that they want so badly?
I'd imagine the same thing that Elias needs, perhaps?
Well, yes.
You know the kind of stuff they keep here?
Yeah. I say I don't think I got
Or it's just
specifics
a
on
matter of
what-
territory.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we were sent here for something. So.
while you yourself have never been in the cathedral, you do know that those who follow the Raven Queen are allowed passage unmolested. You've just never had reason to go in up until sort of this point, just because of the nature of the change in activity. You were kind of sent out among a number of other scouts and whatnot that are exploring different areas of the city, checking on various normal hot spots. You do know that it is there. If the Raven Queen protects this place, it might be very.
You know what?
Wait, what? Yeah, you cut out.
If the Raven Queen protects this place, it must be for good. Something important to her inside.
There must be
You
something
cut out-
important inside.
Yeah.
Important to her inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Just looking at the ghosts and just kind of quietly say, she doesn't even let anyone rest when they die, does she?
We are happy to follow and protect as she protects us.
Of course you are.
Leah's gonna just kind of quietly
over,
aside
go,
to I already forgot her name. Shavir?
Shavir.
Is that it?
Severe.
I was like, I remembered it was similar to Sever and was not Sever. So that's why I was like, something Shavir, and just say, it is refreshing to find somebody who holds such a strong faith in such a dark place.
I'm kind of curiously looking over to Elias at that. You already know of one who follows our path.
This is awkward.
Yes. However,
Yeah.
his faith is not quite like yours. I don't know exactly his story, but it seems it is very different.
Everyone has different stories.
Indeed.
You all come from outside the darkness. I am certain there is much difference. I only walk this path between this and our city.
Do
She protects
you
us.
always walk it, or did she call you out specifically this time?
I have always walked between either side to protect it, but in this moment, there was intuition of sorts. I believe she was leading me here to find the outsiders and help them.
Leah's just gonna kind of like do side glance over her shoulder at Velis, who was screaming at the sky about "You could give us something," and just side eye like, "Did you hear that? She gave you something." Without saying it, but just do one of those looks of like,
If you
Yeah.
have been brought in to protect us and to save us, we are at your service. I am at your
You're
service.
hearing
Anybody else hear
Yeah,
that?
I was like,
nearby.
Yes.
Yeah.
Insistent
Looking.
snapping.
Yeah. Sorry, who's that?
As you've approached this sort of wall of bone, you see a small halfling-sized hand perched,
Oh, look.
trying to get your attention.
It's
Waiting.
Did I
Cleric
recognize
again,
that
yes?
at all?
"Oh my!" Told you we
Um,
should have checked that out.
I'm just gonna look at the hand and go,
Do I recognize that?
do I recognize?
I mean, I'm pretty sure we've all seen it, haven't we?
everyone except
Yeah.
maybe
Everyone-
Javert has seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if
Yeah.
it's like come up on trolls.
so Shavir would know of the hack.
Mhm.
And if you, having spent a lot of time in the city, you disembodied servant hand. It occasionally, almost as a general rule, everyone's like stayed away from her. But you know that the hand will often lead people to her and entice people, gather people and whatnot. But everyone kind of knows that you just kind of ignore the hand. And so it's like very insistently trying to get everybody's attention.
Who knows? Oh.
Right.
The puppet of the
Got
hag.
something to say. I will look
Yeah.
very pointedly at it.
I don't think the hand.
if
Has
it
a mouth
learns to
to talk.
talk, I'm gonna be pretty impressed.
Whoever says that, I will just
Sign
give
language
Weria
is
the most important, like the. That's the joke.
It hops down, kind of digs around in the mud a little bit, and then gathering up some mud, it sort of just scrapes on a beholder skull that happens to be conveniently nearby, and it just it's slow going, but you see eventually sort of like letters beginning to form with the mud as it sort of kind of draws out, and it just says T A D G.
Oh, I thought it was just saying you
Tea.
wanted to invite us to
Tea.
tea. I was like, really?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yes,
you know.
strange
You know
hand.
who you
We
work for.
recognize who you work for. That's
I mean, you said that you
Keeps-
sensed that
You're
she.
actually
Keeps going.
sneaking with it.
Yeah, we've
C-
encountered her before.
A P T.
She's captured?
It stops, gives a thumbs up.
Great.
And why
And
do
we
we
care.
care?
Who captured her? Ignoring the rest of them.
It sort of like taps on the wall of bone.
On what?
the wall
Yeah,
of
right.
bones.
Taps on the bone.
The
The aberrations.
The aberrations.
It points at Wiria when you say that. And then
We're playing hand charades.
playing charades with the
Again.
disembodied hand.
Disembodied hand.
Adding
Why
that to
do
the
we
deck.
care?
Yeah.
okay. And then T R A N S F O
Transform?
R. Thumbs up.
This is literally me playing word games right now, being like, what's he spelling? I like
I was
Okay.
just very confused as to
Okay.
why they're playing this game with the hand you don't talk to or do anything with.
And
All
then
I'm saying is, I did kind of mention she might owe us one earlier.
yes.
Oh, no.
And then just sort of D A N G E R H
No shit.
E L
Yeah.
P.
Sorry, I missed half of that. What?
Danger help.
Spelled
Danger help.
danger
Okay.
and
I was like,
Okay.
I
What
mean,
was the point of transform?
I don't know. I genuinely
No.
don't know.
I don't know what.
That makes
the
sense.
hand climbs up on a beholder and it taps, climbs up on something else, taps it, climbs up on something else, taps it, climbs up on something else, taps it. You can see it's sort of making this progress of like all these misshapen creatures.
You saying they're gonna turn her into one of those, or it's something that could change shape? Got her.
Oh.
And it sort of like turns and points at the cathedral, and then like hops down and points at the word danger.
Danger in the cathedral.
Danger to the cathedral.
No.
No.
Okay.
Points at Shavir.
Just like cringing slightly that she actually responded to it. And
I mean, if there's danger to the cathedral, but
Then we better get inside.
Yeah.
we'd better get what we
Inside,
need
like,
from it.
just get this done.
prevent it from coming close.
And
What the fuck are they trying to turn her into?
I don't think
There
I
have
want
been
to
The
know.
many
hand
hybrids.
points at Wirya.
they're trying to turn her into me.
It sort of like walks over to you and then is trying to point at the horn on your belt, or wherever it is that you have your unicorn horn.
Trying to get power
Turn her
from
into a unicorn?
I'd like everyone to make a perception check.
or are they trying to turn her into a wand to channel her
I mean, that
power?
would make more sense.
Ooh, that was better.
Voila.
22.
That was a
Perception?
natural 20.
I didn't think I was going to use my
Nine.
things because I didn't bring out any dice until.
Where are they?
12.
Dirty 20.
I got a 9, so Velas is just trying to picture what an aberration unicorn looks like. And he's
So actually, I would say especially Shavir, you're not even sure what it is that you're seeing. The rest of you have been so used to so many dull grays and blacks and just such a matted palette that sort of off in the distance a little ways, you see this sort of splash of kind of like riotous bright color, almost like a shimmering of light, as like light scattering into rainbows. As you can see a figure, look, someone mounted on a horse of some kind, sort of riding in your direction.
Well, that's new.
As it gets a little bit closer, you realize that it's not someone riding a horse.
Oof.
I'm taking the bow off of my shoulder just in case.
Yeah, bow's out.
You can see that it is a large black equine shape. And where the head of the horse may be, instead is humanoid torso of this sort of dark grayish white mottled skin. And you can see that this seems to be some sort of horrific amalgamation of a unicorn and Taj.
Fuck, I didn't want to be right.
Aberration unicorn.
Oh, shit.
And you can see
Fiend unicorn.
her hair is like,
Don't like that.
she was really largely covered up, and so you never really quite got a good look at her physicality, but her body shapes are sort of it's not quite in regular proportion. Her arms are kind of too long. Her skin is wrinkled and leathery, and her hair is like matted and at this point it's sort of blowing behind. And you can see like from her head is jutting black, sort of ebony black spiraling horn. She seems to be some sort of strange, as it's called, a amalgamation.
Oh my.
Of a unicorn and or a hagmal.
It's called something really weird.
Hagmalgamation.
Amalgamation. Yeah.
It is a hagacorn.
Oh, shit.
Unicorn.
Wow.
Well, that is a thing I never thought I'd.
Don't like that.
And she is barreling down.
Do we get in the cathedral or do we fight her?
Do not let her near. And Greg, Hunter's fucking mark.
Same!
Everybody, roll initiative.
Yeah. Under her breath, Leah's just like, this is why we
yeah,
investigate when we get calls for help. Like, otherwise we might not have to be fighting the thing.
So this is going.
I mean,
to
we
be-
probably would have been fighting a bunch of an aberration if we had gone in.
Let's see if I can change us to a
Ugh.
field of sorts.
My initiative is never good.
Taco.
All right, we're gonna see which of my die are actually rolling well here tonight, because so far not really many are.
Okay.
Pull all the d20s, roll them all, see what actually
Phyllis.
works.
I was not expecting any
I
of
missed
this.
my advantage!
Oh, I got advantage, yeah. Shit, no! Come back! Damn it! I didn't get any of my stuff out.
I rolled a 4, by the way.
No.
Oh no.
I rolled a 9 plus 0.
I gave up the advantage.
I didn't know.
Oh, shit, I forgot I had exhaustion too.
You should have told me this,
Oh.
Brendan.
I have not been rolling with
I'm sorry,
exhaustion,
I'm
but
sorry.
I haven't rolled well.
said
on
there was gonna be
anything, so I think
time.
it's fine.
I realized that we hadn't actually discussed precisely.
Also, not there. Nope. Thank you. Yeah, you didn't discuss any of this because I thought it wasn't going to happen tonight.
Oh, that's not the right
Let
HP.
me.
That's my
Yeah,
old
these might be some tokens.
73.
Okay, so the token is now controllable.
Thank you.
I don't know if it's a character yet or anything, but you can.
That's all right. I got a character sheet.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. All right. So, roughly speaking, I was kind of making some of this as because I was only like in the last like day that I finally like got some concept of what I was going to be able to do.
Taco. I need your
Okay.
head not to be behind me. I'm sorry, puppy. Like I
Great.
Since my initiative is crap, I am going to use the bathroom before it gets to my turn.
fair enough.
All right. Let's see.
I haven't even added her to the campaign yet.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I mean, in fairness, if we got into
How do
investigate,
you spell
maybe
her name? Sorry. I've forgotten.
Severe. It's on.
Yeah.
It's
the
in.
Is it on there?
It's in
It's
the.
on-
Yeah, it's under my name or under
Roll
my
20
video.
now.
Oh, I see.
And to be fairness, if we'd gone after, maybe we wouldn't be fighting a Hagacorn. Probably would have been fighting a bunch of fucking aberrations.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now we're fighting a Hagacorn.
Hey, but at least there's only one.
I'll
we
have
are
to get you
fighting.
to send me like an invite or something like that, Brendan, so I can attach again. But
Say what?
you'll have to send me like an invite to the campaign so I can add her to it. But
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Because the link is who knows where back
you
in
can
there.
only add the one.
Or at least like
You can click the link multiple times, but
Okay.
I don't know if we still have it.
I don't have the link at the moment, so
Yeah, I was like, it's
haven't had it
buried
forever.
way in there somewhere.
I mean-
hold on, I got it. Are we talking
The
Roll20 or
D&D
D&D Beyond?
D&D Beyond.
Okay, yeah, I can pull up the link.
Thank you.
Um,
Yeah, because I need to
Copy
add her
link.
to it.
and all right, I'm gonna put it in the Roll20 chat.
Mona, what are you doing? Get down.
Okay.
Don't break my piano. Thank you.
Don't want people adding random stuff to clear that out, Brendan. Anyone can add to our campaign now.
Oh.
People can see that.
Okay, well, if I see stuff, I'll take it out, but I'll clear.
It's fair.
People
Thanks
just
for the
start
heads up.
adding random
Characters
characters.
It'd be hilarious.
Yeah. Well, like I've unlocked a bunch of stuff, so access
Okay, there we go.
theoretically.
I need to add.
All right, I
It's
gotta
like
move
giving people
everybody's token.
ideas.
What?
That's what I do.
No, give people ideas. All right. Oh, there we go. All right. So,
It's good no one can actually see it. Actually,
right.
I forgot about that. I took it off.
Okay. So the on the map, any area that is sort of like a plain gray, it is super soupy, swampy, thick, slushy, difficult terrain.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that has got like the brown is going to be, or like is sort of drier grasses. And
Give me
at this
one
point-
fast second. But again, I also rolled really crap initiative, so I'm not going first.
Oh, I don't think I give anybody turns.
No, we don't have turns yet.
Nope.
All right. Well, I think I probably have to clear out because there's all the stuff. And you. Oh, I should. Yeah, these are. All right, so that should be back. Everybody has turns.
Okay.
Right, and
Holy.
what is her initiative modifier? Not high enough. Boop.
Yeah.
All right. So what was Leah?
Leah
Oh, Aiden.
is at
his. Okay.
11, I believe.
Leah was at 9.
Leah's at 9.
All right.
Alright, I just added it.
I'm guessing that Shavir has a better dex than Elias.
Yes.
Probably. Elias is a 2, so I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So as she is bearing down on you, you can see her expression is wild. You don't see any sign or hint of the same crafty, thoughtful person. This her face seems to reflect some sort of just madness of whatever this transformation was. Seems to have drastically affected, and she's just sort of like wildly tearing through. And it's interesting is that as she's moving, alternately you can see like
Sorry.
eddies of shadow and rainbow and whatnot. It's sort of kind of hovering around, almost as if it's like a weird field of magical energy. And every now and again, as she's moving, she sort of like blinks out and like appears a short distance away, going, and then occasionally like blinks backwards. It's almost like in a chaotic fashion, as if she doesn't have control over it. But she is bearing down on you. She is dozens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70-ish feet away. And
Sorry, really. Should I just leave my fighting style as it is for now, and then I can adjust it like next time or next level up or whatever?
however you want to do it.
Okay. I feel like it's probably just easier to leave it for now rather than figure out what cleric things do I want. So I'm just
Right.
gonna leave
That's
fine.
Yeah.
Quit.
it. And then next level up or whatever, I'll swap it.
Okay. Okay. Warrior and Aiden. As she's sort of like moving, you both, because you have sort of a magical sight. You can see when at certain moments when she kind of passes by a certain area. What you can see are it looks as if it is it's almost like the ghost, where you can only see like flashes of it as she kind of passes by these things. You can see a reflection of this, rainbow light kind of splashing across. But it looks as if it is a massively sized chain, probably a dozen feet thick, stretching basically the entire path that she's taking all the way to the front of the cathedral. And every now and again, as she moves of arcane energy, and it sort of like reveals it, almost like a sort of like light shining on it for a moment and fading again.
Does it feel like the source is her or the source is the cathedral?
The chain?
Yeah.
It looks bigger than her. It is and it looks as if it's something that she's sort of like following to the cathedral.
Is it I assume it is magic. It seems magical rather than like actually corporeal.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like you can only see it. I don't know. Does Aiden have the magic? Like, I can see magic, or just I can see. Okay, then I would say it would probably just be where you're seeing this. But yeah, it's coming from. It's probably a good 10 to 15 feet off the ground. But you can kind of see it as she blinks around every now and again, flashes of it. As you can kind of see, it's like this weird magic spectral chain.
All right. Well, I guess I go first.
Sure.
I guess. You said she's like 70-ish feet away.
Well, based on where you're all standing, we would say from you, and you can position. You see, you're all on the map, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can kind of position yourselves as all within about 10 to 15 feet where you happen to be, that edge of the map. You can kind of position yourself, because you had a few moments as like look and see Taj the Hagacorn bearing down on you. So
yeah. All right. Well, first I'm going to say that there seems to be some kind of magical chain. Don't know what it is, but it's there. And then yeah, that's part of why Weary is going to say that. And then I'm just going to Eldritch Blast at the Hagacorn, because that's what I can do at that range.
Okay.
Okay, that is a what's plus 10? So that is a 15 and a 21.
Okay, the 21 will hit.
Okay, I figured the 15 would not. D10, this is a D10. That is 10 force damage.
Okay.
And then, given that Elias still looks hella rough,
Yeah.
bonus action, yeah, I'm right next to you. So bonus action, second level cure wounds.
Cure wounds is a full action.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Healing word.
Healing word.
Healing
Second
word,
level
yeah.
healing word. I realized
It's been a
I
while.
said it, realized it, and you said it before I said, wait, no.
Right.
Okay, so that is 11 more points.
11 more points. Okay.
And that is my turn.
Okay. Yeah, you can see like the energy is sort of like you can see it's strange is that it like your magic kind of seems to like warp when it gets close to her. But it still like slams against her body, but she doesn't really seem to be noticing it. After you go, you can see her form just like blink out as she takes a legendary action, and blinks again. Only this time she's about 20 feet away, still coming towards you.
Okay.
All right, Aiden.
Well, first I'm gonna shoot an eldritch blast or two.
Okay.
I want to try and aim for the fusion spot.
Sure.
I am now going to go to the bathroom. It's a ways for my turn.
Okay.
I don't know where my. Hey, that's they're both above 20.
They both
exact. 21. Yeah. I'm using the necrotic.
Okay.
Ooh, nice. 26 necrotic damage altogether.
Ooh, nice.
And bonus action, I will mold my blade into something with a little bit more reach. So a glade.
Okay.
Wait, you can change it
Yeah.
into another weapon?
Yeah.
X-blade. Well, pack
Well,
the
just
blade,
pack to the
X-blade.
blade.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. At the end of your turn, she blinks again. This time appearing significantly close, like almost like right in front of that downed tree in front of her, and you can see her begin like tense to leap over it. Now that she's gotten a little bit closer, you can all hear in your mind her voice, and it's rambly and it's echoey, and at the same time you can hear this other sort of think very warm Aslan style deep bass voice, but they're like arguing with one another, and like he's saying kill, she's saying no, save everybody.
We're hearing her
Wait.
schizophrenia.
Yeah,
This is fun.
right. It's like they constantly are shifting. You know, who is dominant, who is the good one, who is the bad one. It is very, very grating. Shavir.
Okay. Well, that is unnerving, but going to first things first, take out holy symbol, kind of hold it up and start saying a prayer, and then just like holding a hand out, and then from her emanates this kind of like sphere of what seems like dim light, this sort of like cusp of light and darkness, in a 30-foot. So let me see if I can make that really quick.
Sure.
30 foot, and I'll just say that's like grayish. Oh, that's probably lighter gray. There we go. Take the bow, start moving this way, and just like look back to the others. If you feel your mind swayed with fear, or you need more stamina, come within the light. And then she's going to run 1, 2, 3, 4. Move over here and bonus action cast spiritual weapon like right there and have it whack. It's our own spoopy bird.
Is
Hey.
that her? Is that
Nah, it'd probably be like I'm thinking probably like a spear, but with like tassels hanging off of it that look like raven
Right.
wings.
okay? That's cool. I don't have that.
It's okay.
Had
It's fine.
we planned and discussed
Yeah,
this, I
had
probably
we discussed anything?
I apologize. It just seemed like this is yeah.
I mean,
That's
I think it makes sense flow of the story, so I'm like,
16.
This is good.
All right. So let me I'll just put a token of some kind on it. 16 will not hit.
Okay. And it's just over there. And then she's just got the bow out and keeps focused with the hunter's mark.
Okay.
Protect the cathedral.
Yep.
Yeah, what happened to the others that were with? Like, technically, I was leading a patrol.
Oh, she was leading a patrol. Okay. Yes.
yeah, right.
Grab some NPCs.
Yeah, like calling out them to
Sorry.
protect the cathedral.
Yeah. So they're all taking taking positions, and they'll go on Shavir's turn using ranged attacks and some cantrips and such. See if I
And
can
then
find-
at the end of my turn, I will give myself 1d8 temporary hit points and
All right.
find my d8.
Yay,
Oh,
generic
hey, d8s.
Shadowcat
Hello
warrior.
again.
All right.
Not terrible, not the best. 3.
Yeah. So that was a 3, a 4, and a 12.
Ow.
So yeah.
We're great. We're great, y'all. I promise. We're helpful.
All right, Elias.
All right. I'm trying to decide what I want to do.
Vent.
Vent? Yeah. I
There
mean,
you go.
aside from that,
Yeah.
I can't get into melee range with her. Just out
That's
of
a
range.
bad idea.
Yeah.
She's moving real fast, and
She's
she's
moving
really
real fast, so yeah. Next round.
Is she flying or is she on the ground? I forget. I
Oh,
was thinking
she's currently on the ground. It just looks like she's about ready to.
Gotcha.
There's more flavor than anything.
Okay.
All right. Screw it. I'm gonna. Let's see if this works. I'm gonna attempt to. Stay where I am. I'm gonna attempt a guiding bolt.
Okay.
4th level.
Oof.
Oof.
Oh yeah, that's a 18 plus. What is my spell modifier? 9. So that's 27 to hit.
That will definitely hit. Yeah. So it's just this burst. Normally it's bright energy, but this is shadow fat, even
Yeah.
dark.
Thank you, Kristen. This is with the D20 you gave me. So
Yay!
it's the only thing that's rolled well for me all night.
Somehow that's appropriate.
So it's like there's a spotlight
I'm on.
following her wherever she's going.
Yeah.
Oh, you are probably hungry, cat.
Okay. Yeah.
I will give cat food.
Is it my turn?
Let me roll my damage.
Oh yeah, damage.
You might not want to be all clumped up either.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move.
7d6. Okay.
Oh, she's about to have a bad day.
She's about to have a bad day. You're about to have a taste of some Elias mercy.
That's a thing.
It's awful heavy.
It's full of mercy.
It's full of mercy.
So much mercy.
1, 2,
thanks,
3, 4,
Wolfwood.
5, one more. 6. Okay. Ooh, that's okay. 6. This.
I'm back.
That is 21 points to radiant damage.
Ah, that is 21 points of radiant damage.
And advantage on whoever.
Okay.
Do I want to?
Who's next?
Yeah, no, that's
Bellis
it.
is
'Cause I
next.
don't really have much in the way of bonus actions. Actually, wait, have I used?
Ellis technically already had advantage. But that's fine, because I will take it.
Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and bonus action second wind because I'm still hurting.
Yes,
Yeah.
do that.
Is the A my
Please do
spiritual
that.
weapon?
Yeah, the A is the spiritual weapon.
I can't
Let
move
me
it.
make that. Let me make that movable.
Yeah, it'd probably be up next to. Thank you.
All right. There you go.
Be like up here.
Okay. And I rolled a 10 on my D10.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. All right. Velis, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna run forward and get kind of in front of Elias here,
Mm-hmm.
and line up a shot and cast Hunter's Mark
Sure.
and shoot her.
Bonus action.
And that's where's my bow? +9, so 24 to hit.
Okay, that definitely hits, and you get sneak attack.
I do, plus the Hunter's Mark is another d6, so that should be 5d6 plus. I gotta hold on. I forgot. I also get +2 from aberration.
She's
Okay,
not
hold on.
actually an aberration.
She's not. Okay,
No.
so
Ugh.
Like
She's a
5d6
hageration.
or something.
Or undead.
She is technically a monster.
Ooh.
Beautiful.
5d6
Monstrosity.
plus a d8.
I mean, that is an accurate
plus-
description.
Mm-hmm.
Hold
Yeah.
on. I'm adding a lot of things. I'm trying to find it.
We're all
Okay,
trying to remember how to be
5d6
in
plus
the-
a d8 on this one. Whoa! One of my d6s was just spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning.
That's impressive.
15, 20, 24 plus 5 is 29 damage on the first hit, and because she hasn't had a turn, I get to hit her again. Okay, so second one is a natural 19, so a lot. So Hunter's Mark plus 2d8 plus a d6 because of Ranger things. 15 plus 20 damage on the second arrow.
Nice.
And that's my turn.
All right. Leah. There's a lot of squishies that are standing right in front of her as she's bearing down on.
Yeah. So it's just her, and then there's. I mean, are we all the bunch of squishies, or is?
I was just referring mostly to Velis.
Velis.
Yeah.
is
A
right
bunch
out
of
in front
squishies,
I mean, yeah.
aka
and-
Velis.
Yeah. I was just assuming there wasn't. Or checking that there was not something I was like missing on the map that I was like
No.
looking at everything, right? All right. Actually, I can probably zoom in a little bit now that she's closer. My computer screen's so tiny.
Yes.
Um,
The bigger map.
no, it's just I have a small laptop screen, so it's like yeah. Blah, blah, blah. It's been 2 months since we played. Because I'm like, I don't know if run up and hit her is the best idea.
I mean, you are a paladin.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then she's really
You're
big.
also our only tank right now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Hey.
I mean,
Also,
Elias is kind of tanky.
I was thinking about it, and I was like, no,
No.
let's be honest. After what has already transpired, like, she is leaving that 3rd level spell slot open in case she needs to revivify anybody else. So I was like, well, there go, like, my, auras and things like that, but that's okay. Because that's, I'm like, she's not gonna, personally, she doesn't have to. Ooh! That's a thing I can do! I got this. Okay, well, I'm gonna move a little bit forward, first of all.
Sure.
Make sure that Velis is inside my little bubble thingy.
Okay.
And then, because, the range on this is, like, really far. I'm gonna Moonbeam her!
Sure.
Because I love that spell.
Hey.
All right. Let's go grab a moonbeam.
Yeah!
Moonbeam.
Where are my Moonbeam dice that never fail me?
Moonbeam.
Don't fail me now, Moonbeam dice.
Go Moonbeam.
I'm like, I have so many dice, but I'm like, nope, I need my 2 shiny D10s because they always roll pretty well when I roll them for Moonbeams, so, don't fail me now. I'm talking to you guys up. Where did you go? Now one's running away from me because I've scared it. No, it's the most moonbeamy of them all. It's so purpley and sparkly. Guys, this is very important. That I roll the correct ones. There it is.
It's the most
All
essential.
right.
Spin
2
moonbeam.
in. Right, 2d10. And she has to make a con saving throw. Woohoo! I rolled 2 9s on those. So,
Hey!
What's the DC?
what is my DC? It's been a while. Let me see.
Hey.
16. Ugh.
Okay.
Need to fix
So she
that
saved.
No,
So she takes half
She
damage.
takes half, but
That's fine.
it's yeah, it's no, not Misty. Stay up, Moonbeam. That's when I wanted to read the no. Yeah. So yeah. And she's not a shape changer, right? She's been unwillingly
She's not a
changed.
shape changer. Her shape has been changed.
Yes.
Not-
just
no
making
one
sure.
break her apart.
And then I don't really know what I can do for bonus. Yeah. Yeah, that's all.
Okay.
Okay, at the end of
'Cause
your
I'm
turn,
holding
take
the
8
big-
temporary hit points, Leah. You're inside the
Oh!
aura.
Coolio.
Oh,
Nice.
is that one person?
It's
That
at
you
the end
can
of end of their turn if they end it within the aura.
Okay. Okay. At the
I
end
can't
of Leah's
see
turn.
any auras.
Oh, you can't?
No,
I have a
that's
gray-
that's normal. That's
Mhm.
the only person who can see them is, I believe, the DM and the person with them, because I have
okay.
2 auras up
Okay.
all the time
Mhm.
because I have enough aura spells. That way, I just know where they are.
Mhm.
Right.
Like my
Gotcha.
10-foot one is always up.
Yep.
But yeah, nobody else can ever see it.
Oh.
So
That'd be
Yeah,
good to
it's
see, 'cause
kind
you
of
can actually
annoying.
You can actually see this one since it's dim light.
yeah, well, and it would be
Nice.
I can flip them on and off.
Hey!
Can you flip my
That's
little
a
green
big
one
aura.
on so that they can? Because the green one, I can remove my yellow one because I'm not actually using it currently.
Did I turn the green one on or the yellow one on?
Here, I'm gonna get rid
That's
of
the
my
yellow
yellow one because I don't have the yellow one going currently. Well, now it's on. What did I do?
I just turned
I see
on
it.
Aura 2.
Yeah,
I don't know which
see.
one is.
Yeah.
Aura 2, I think. I should be.
The red
Why
one
does
is
it keep
up.
coming back?
The green one is up.
Okay.
Yeah.
My yellow one keeps popping back after I take it down, so I'm just leaving it. But
Well, we can't.
I know that I don't have a 30-foot aura up at the moment, so.
Yep.
But yeah, the green one's just 10-foot one, so.
All right.
So you got 8 temporary hit points.
Yay.
I think just if there's a number in the field.
Oh, there
Oh,
you go.
you know
Now
what was happening
now it
is you were opening your thing and I was opening,
Oh.
and
Oh.
so it kept putting the number back in.
I see.
Okay, so at the end of your turn, she bamps forward again. 10, 20, 25, 30. Yeah. So straight right.
Hi.
And as she's like right, you can feel this strange, like, you have been around reality warping magic before, and being in the being from the Underdark, just strange, weird energies, and it is like bleeding off of like an unstable. I need you, Velis, to please, as she sort of like, it looks like she was about to leave, but then instead she just like bamps in front of you, and like with this massive grin on her face, just kind of like gently leans down to not like stab you, but just touch you with that long, probably like 2-foot black ebony unicorn horn coming off. And I need you to make a DC 19 Wisdom save, please.
Oof. Do I get anything from the aura? Leah?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do I
the
get?
aura gives you to a saving throw.
Yeah.
You get a +4 to all of yours, unless it's against a spell.
I don't
It's
think
not a
I'm gonna
spell.
make it.
It's an effect.
Okay.
No, it's a 13.
Okay, so you take 66 points,
Jesus Christ.
and since you failed by more than 5, you also just aged 30 years.
Oh!
Holy shit!
At least you're an elf. At least you're an elf.
At least you're an elf.
And as
That's
she
probably not that
touches you,
noticeable.
you're just completely stricken by like just this overwhelming rush of psychic images. Basically, you're, for a brief moment, you're at what he, and I should have thought of this before.
I'm really glad I had some temporary HP.
Yeah. This unknown unicorn. You're feeling like your body being smashed together. And just this overwhelming rush of psychic energy. It's all kinds of painful. Where ya? Your turn.
So, well, that is terrifying. We're going to step over into Leah's aura because she has that yet.
It's a good idea.
And then I'm going to cast Ego Whip.
Okay. Is that an attack roll spell or is that a save?
Intelligence save.
Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay, she got a 22.
Okay, she saved then. So it doesn't do anything, unfortunately.
Okay.
If you don't save it, it's really shitty.
Gotcha.
It doesn't really do much.
Yeah, so you
It's
get
one of those
this, you get
mystic spells.
you get the feeling and the sensation that due to the chaotic magical energies emanating, it may be difficult to pin her down with magic.
Mm.
Okay. And there's not too much I can do with a bonus. Well, we can cast. I can cast a first level spell as a bonus, even though I cast a regular spell, right?
It has to be a cantrip.
Okay, I couldn't remember. Okay, then no.
Or wait, no.
No, I said,
Okay.
didn't we?
We have
no.
the feat.
Second.
We're playing with campaign 1, Vox.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what I
Whatever
thought.
the
First or second.
feat
Yes.
is in the handbook.
Mhm.
Okay.
Spell driver.
Taldora guide. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, then given that Velis just lost a ridiculously absurd amount of hit points, we're going to do another second level healing word here.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
that
need
was, okay, that is 10 hit points.
Thank
Not
you.
a lot for something.
It's more than I had.
And that's her turn because she can't really do anything else.
Okay. At the end of your turn, I need Leah. She sort of looks over at you and sort of grins, and then you can hear the voice whispering in some language that you don't understand. I need you to saving throw, please.
Hey, what saving throw?
Charisma saving throw.
Thank you. I just heard a saving throw, and I was like, now I have to pick
Come on,
which
paladin.
die to use, and this is terrifying because they've not been rolling well for me.
No, I can't.
I mean, charisma saves are the ones I'm really good at,
Yeah, I was
so
Yeah, you should. I think you're proficient at them as a paladin.
yeah, and I have +4 to everything, so like I automatically have a +12. So
Come on. Don't jinx it.
Just don't.
ooh, okay, so that's a total of 26.
Hey.
You feel like magic pulling at your body, but you resist the effects.
Well, I don't like this thing, so I'm gonna move up, and I have reach. Since I have a late. So we're gonna do some pokey. One is a 17? 8?
17 will not hit. Her AC is 8.
I think so. That's an 8. It's a +9. So, yep. So that is an 18. And then the other one misses. Woohoo! So 13 slashing damage.
13 slashing. Okay. All right.
Anything else?
Looks as
End
if
of your
she's
turn,
taken
take 7 temporary HP, Aiden. I can do a little bit, but not that much.
All right. It looks as if she has taken a step down. Hurt. Ow.
Ouch.
Okay. And Aiden, at the end of your turn, she bamfs.
Shit. Ah.
Shavir.
Oh, curse at that. Going over to her people. Nope. So let me see how far I can get over here. Let's see. Oh, she's too far away from my spiritual weapon too, but I can go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at like, how far can I
That's
move Moonbeam in a single turn? And I
20 feet.
20.
You
Yep.
can move. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
can
both
go
of those.
there and at least protect
Oh,
get
shit,
everyone in the aura plus couple like.
I just
one
realized I
person there.
lost Hunter's Mark because I could not make that save.
Oh yeah.
No, there's no
There's
way.
no way I could have
Yeah.
made a saving throw.
Oh, hey.
So I'm gonna go there, and I'm actually
Moonbeam
going to
moves
fire
farther.
a couple shots at her with my hunter's
All
mark.
right.
So no, don't drop all my dice. Okay, so first attack with longbow is Oh, actually, that might be okay. Let me make sure of that. Oh. Hey, 19, so good. And second shot is more than that. Okay, so that is 1d8 plus 5 plus 6. Okay. So that is, let's see, 6, 7, 12 points of damage on the first one, and 14 on the second one.
Okay.
And I guess I use my bonus action to move the spiritual weapon that way.
Okay.
15. I think that's as far as I can get it, though. And at the end of my turn, I'm going to see if I can do better with temporary hit points. So, which I do, just by 1. I'll take it. And that's the end
Okay.
of my turn.
Right. Elias.
Oh, what about my people?
Ooh.
Thank you for reminding me.
Thank
Lots
you.
of stuff to keep track of.
It's
This one
You gave
does
me
not want to, like,
friends.
yeah. They just disengage, and they just back away,
Smart.
backpedaling. They move away. They do not want to be in range of.
Yeah.
And they both
I don't-
fire their attacks. This time, however, they both got enough. All right, so.
Oh, I have rogues. Okay.
Hmm?
I have rogues.
Okay, so that is a total of, let's see. They both rolled 6 points of damage each.
Hey.
Minus 12. Dang it. Everybody's cameras are in the way. I can't
Yeah.
get to the...
Yeah.
All right. And then it would be Elias' turn.
All right. Well, given everything that's happened, you're all gonna yell at me, but Elias is using
No,
life
don't
transference.
you
What?
Don't
He
you
literally
dare!
just lost Cortanis.
Oh,
And you're like,
And we
please
just
don't.
lost Elias, who
That's
still
true.
is at like half health.
I totally
Too late to
didn't hear
roll
what you
it.
said.
She's casting life
She didn't
transfer.
say. I didn't even hear life transference. I just fucking knew.
Oh, I heard it. I heard it.
All right.
Transference. We just knew what the fuck he was doing.
Oh, Death Wish
All right.
Elias
Oh, it
damage.
didn't roll great, but
Does anybody know counterspell?
Nope.
all right. It makes you feel better. I didn't roll spectacularly, so
I'm like, Leah's right here. She's got Phyllis. She'll be.
it's
I can give everyone
double-
temporary hit points.
That too.
yeah. All right, Velis, you heal 30 hit points.
Oof.
Yeah.
Do you take an
Okay.
equal amount of damage? Or
Not
No,
equal,
I
half of
take
it.
half of
Or do
it.
you take half of it?
Okay.
Yeah. Nope, that's wrong. That's
Yeah.
how much damage I took. There we go. Oh gosh. I don't have much I can do as a bonus. It's has to be a first level or lower spell, correct?
Second level or lower.
Oh, second level. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I asked earlier.
Heal yourself,
Oh, that's not
you
happening.
motherfucker.
Yeah, no, heal yourself, you dumbass.
It's actually not happening.
well, Yeah, actually, since she is right up in my business, I will go ahead and level myself.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
I need a D4.
There come the noises. Okay.
D4s. Why?
All right.
There we go. There's one. My D4s are all hiding from me.
And if
Ugh.
that's the end of your turn, it'll take 8 temporary hit points, Elias.
Sure.
I'm doing well
Cool.
with those, at least.
You said how many temporary hit
8.
points?
8 temporary hit
Okay.
points.
Just put there, I guess. Temporary hit point. All right. And that's my turn, because I'm assuming if I try to move, she'll get a swipe at me.
Very likely, yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
She's got some nasty looking like claws
Yeah.
at the end of her like really arms.
I think that knowing that spell, seeing Elias start to cast it, you would hear Phyllis going, "Elias, don't!" And then he fucking does it.
Yep.
And so,
Like behind him, just. That's the somatic component.
there's this moment of just. He starts muttering under his breath, a really frustrated undercomment, and just runs forward,
Hate me when you're not
And-
dead.
casting Zephyr Strike, and just gonna tear into her with advantage, which is still not good. I rolled real bad. That one is a 19.
That'll hit.
Oh, hey! So 4d6 plus a d8 plus a d4. Because it's Zephyr Strike. Six is 30 damage.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Did it
Okay.
give you temp HP after you got hit?
No.
Then take 3.
I wasn't in the take 3. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Leah.
Oh, this is annoying. Because all my healing things are actions, more reasons why I want to change the fighting style, so I have access to things like Healing Word. But, especially just, I'm like, I know, this is annoying. I know Elias is low, but it also looks like she has been pretty badly hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm going to also just knowing that worst case scenario, I have my Revivify and I have a diamond. Don't want to use it
Can we
again,
not-
Don't use
risk
it
the
immediately
death.
after again.
but I'm gonna move my Moonbeam
Mm-hmm.
because I can actually move 60 feet and just smack it
Plop.
on top of
Hey.
her.
But magic's not doing much.
Mm.
I mean,
It's there. It's concentration. You
there,
gotta use it while
yeah.
it's there.
Yeah.
Right.
Every little bit
All right.
counts.
So when she starts her turn, she rolled double nines. Nine.
Nine.
Ah!
So she definitely failed, even with her modifier.
That is 19! A 9 and a 10!
Nice.
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 I love these dice.
Beautiful.
If only my 20s rolled this way.
Magnifique.
Yeah. No, she's taking some serious.
And it's
Okay.
radiant. I don't know if radiant does anything to her or not, but you know, it sparkles.
It is sparkle, which is interesting because like the air.
The what?
You cut out.
The air around her shimmers. It's sort of like weird light distortion. So like, you get,
I
like,
am,
regular
however,
light
going to
effects.
move a tiny bit closer so
Mhm.
that people are now in my
Nice.
aura.
Mm.
So many targets.
Yeah, and it's just this is the thing. Like I can do it. It would. Yeah. No. I mean, sure. Okay.
Oh boy.
So
We're gonna TPK us right here. It'll be
Bring it
fine.
no, she's not going to TPK.
Don't fucking kill Elias again.
I'm not going to kill him.
I'm just gonna make him unable to fight us in the campaign.
Yeah.
She sort of rears up sort of on her hind leg, and you can see she's like gathering up this energy, and Leah, you recognize as a sort of smite effect, and
Does
she
this count as
casts.
a spell?
You counter the spell.
No, I said, does it count as a spell? I'm just.
This is absolutely a spell. She is
Okay.
casting Banish Smite.
Ooh.
Banish what?
Oh.
Banishing smite?
Banishing
Ooh, that was
Smite.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no! Not the Shadowfell! Not the Shadowfell!
Oh, this one hurts too.
Yeah. Well, so I'm just. Where is it? Because
It's advantage on the save or resistance. It's resistance.
I think it's resistance to the damage is
Yeah, it's resistance. To
the thing that's never actually come up yet because.
Who is she casting it on?
Yeah.
So you don't really
Okay.
cast it on somebody, and
Okay.
yeah,
And then attack is what
Yeah. Oh,
matters.
okay. Yeah. I guess.
So
yeah, she's casting it on
everybody in my
something else.
aura though currently has resistance to damage from spells at least. So
Okay. This is a tech.
Okay.
If when it deals damage, it would spell damage. Okay. They'll take half damage.
yeah.
And she comes down, going to impale Elias with her horn. Shit. And there's my die. And does a 19 hit?
Yes. My AC is 18.
Yeah, I was like 19
It
even hits
just
me.
hits.
Shit.
All right.
Oh no. Oh, not
Yeah.
again.
look at Dave.
And none of I was like none of us know counter spell.
Yeah,
Nope.
no.
Okay.
I think
What
Weir's the
version?
only one even capable of learning it. So
And I can't learn it. I can't actually because I changed my class. I'm not until level on higher level.
fun.
Because I changed my subclass.
I didn't know you. I thought you still had it.
Okay.
No.
So
I
you
remember I
take
shouldn't, but
It's not a
10
bard.
points of piercing damage,
Okay.
and then you take 15 points of force damage half. Wait.
So
No, 15.
7 or 8.
15 is the halved damage.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah,
So
that's.
that's-
I figured that's what you were doing. Yeah,
I rolled 5d10.
yeah, it's a
And-
big one
All right. So that's
because I can't do
And-
that one.
Since the attack reduces the target to 50 hit points, and you are banished.
Oh no.
Since you are native to a different plane of existence,
oh, this
You're
is
back on
embarrassing.
the home
You're
plane.
back in the material
you
plane.
disappear.
Oh my gosh!
Returning to your home.
Oh, what?
Meaning we are back in square one for this whole ordeal too. Like we have to, go get Elias and come back now?
I have
I
a
mean, what
gate
we have
spell.
to do is on the material plane anyway.
We
A
have
light.
Life is just kind of a
I
sort.
guess.
Yeah. Hang on. Okay. Sorry,
You
my hit points are-
feel
they're
yourself
alone
being
now.
pulled away, and you can see the shadow
Mona.
around you begin to like lighten and grow, and it's almost as if the world is like kind of beginning to transform, and you can see like sunlight for the first time in a very long time. You can feel this warmth on your face, and you can just see sort of as far as the eye can see in every direction, just this strange, horrific colored, fleshy substance
Oh.
covering the ground. and you can see mountains in the distance. You can see mounds of various large shapes. And you have the sensation that you are no longer on the shadow, but rather transported somewhere
back
to the prime material plane.
Wait.
Well, shit.
You can see
yeah, does it look kind of like, I mean, generally the same sort of area?
Yes, actually, from what you've gathered, it's like you were in the dark mirror image version of the area that you're currently in. It's almost as if you were like transported exactly in the same position, just plane shift. You can see in the distance mountain range, similar to what you saw in the Shadowfell, or like instead of the dark, gothy version of them and that sort of thing. You can see the what looks to be like a dry lake bed, and off in the distance you can kind of see like sort of imagery and spots of like shadow. You got bamfed.
Yeah.
But you're nearby. But you're on the other side of the rifts. And she's sort of cackling. Where are ya?
Is that something that she would have to keep concentration on, or is it just done?
If they got hit with it and they're not on their home plane,
it's just done.
It remains there until the spell ends, at which point the target reappears.
No, that's if I feel like that's different.
That might
it is.
Banishing Smite is temporary.
Banishing Smite is different.
Yes.
It's not
Banishment sends them like permanently. Like, yeah. But yeah, that's what I was trying to remember.
Well, no, because it goes into that while it remains because it goes into like if the target is native to the plane you're on, the creature vanishes to a harmless demi-plane. While there, the target is incapacitated or remains there until.
But if it's
it's
not temporary otherwise.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's permanent on Elias.
Back to their home plane. It is permanent.
Yeah, it's permanent for Elias.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be cursing.
Okay.
Well,
yeah.
I have options.
Okay. I've formed, but
I have some dumb ideas.
I've got ideas.
I've got options.
So for now, Elias, you can see that it is like eerily quiet. Like even in the Shadowfell, like this weird, ghostly, weary moan of the wind, that sort of thing. But here, there's like, while there's nothing to see, there's no trees, there's no vegetation, animal. It's just sort of like a gray, overcast sky. You do get just this weirdest sensation from the ground that you're on, that it's like it seems like it might be alive itself. And it's just weird and creepy.
Please don't die.
Where are ya?
Yeah.
Please.
Okay. Well, there's not a whole lot we can do other than try to kill the creepy ass hackacorn.
Sure.
So Eldritch Blast fun.
All right.
Pew pew.
Pretty sure both of those hit because that is a 28 and a 21.
Definitely hits.
Okay. That is 15 damage.
Okay.
And then
just a little bit.
Yeah,
she seems to be seriously.
Yeah, I don't. You know what? There's not much else I can do, and the person who actually needs healing is no longer here. So I.
Yeah. Right.
I'm going to inspire Velis.
Good call.
Yeah.
Velis inspiration. And other than that, that's my turn.
Okay. Give me a second. I need to adjust the map. Well, you might not be able to no, probably won't need to adjust the map. The end of her turn, she bamps again, clearing the wall of bone and appearing on the other side, sort of little area between wall and the cathedral, intent on continuing her progress towards the cathedral door.
How far?
Aria, take 5 temporary hit points.
Okay.
She is soaked that very likely whatever he does next is likely going to probably finish her off. She is like limping and like struggling to just keep pushing towards her destination. She looks like she's very, very close. But she is not more than 30 feet away from where she was before.
Okay, good.
And it is oh wait, no, Warrior goes now.
No, I just went.
Warrior just
Where
went.
it
Yeah,
just
we
went,
went.
so it's Aiden's turn.
I'm sorry. I good call.
Pew pew.
the warlock, pew pew.
Oh, one of those is a natural one, but the other one's 21 total.
Hey.
Roll damage.
So 8 necrotic.
Okay. You normally have higher damage, so I'd expect it. Okay.
I rolled and I rolled kind of low. So
Yeah, sorry. So at the end of your turn, she bamps again. She's at the cathedrals, and she's like, basically, she's like slumped against them. She has both her hands up, and you can see the ghostly images of a number of these ghosts sort of move in on her. And she's like, looks like she's trying to cast some sort of incantation. And as she's doing it, you can see the sort of, this weird warping eminent effect coming up, and that big chain thing Maria had been describing, all of you can see now, as it sort of like it actually like goes straight through the doors and kind of emerges, sort of radiating out in sort of energy, coming. You can see it sort of like lighting up, just this weird, massive spectral chain. I'm not quite sure what it's connected to or what it's. But Shavir.
Yeah. Getting right up on that.
She is at the cathedral door. She is assaulting the sanctuary of you.
Yeah, just like glaring daggers at this thing. And just going aim right for the head. Like, away from the Queen's domain, filth. And fire a couple shots at it. And I'm gonna, as a bonus action before I do that, I'm going to do what's it called? Shit. Where is it? Where is that thing? Come on. Planar warrior. So I'm going to make all of this force damage.
Okay.
But first thing is 19.
That'll hit.
And then natural 18. So this is going to be 17 force damage.
How do you want to do this?
just this like mass of this twilight kind of wraps around the aura around the thing as it pulls back and just right straight through the back of the head through the front and just boom, and with force like blows up the head probably.
Right. You can all hear this like both from her and this unit, as like the body just kind of like begins to and fall against the cathedral door, and like this energy all sort of begin to fade and dissipate away.
I'm just going to start running towards the door and calling to the others and gesturing like, check the door.
They immediately start following your lead and heading there. Elias.
Yep.
Off in the distance, you can see sort of some movement and like the ground kind of like slowly. It's sort of like a pustule kind of growing a little bit before it like pops open into kind of like an orifice, and you can just see sort of like a hand kind of come out as like one of those small humanoids, just a single one of them, kind of like climbs out a little bit, and then and it kind of like collapses behind it, and it just kind of like hasn't noticed you yet. It's just kind of and that is where we're going to end for tonight.
Ah.
Damn it, Elias!
I have some fantastic dumb idea.
Give me a day
I probably
to
have a
rest
better
and
idea because I'm
I
literally a
have some
Horizon Walker.
options.
Yeah.
Can I just say what did that look like from the perspective of the person standing beside Elias?
It's basically like
Bells is also not having.
he it looked like he was basically just like as she hit him with and stabbed him, it looked like he was like thrown back and just like as if he just turned into shadow and disappeared.
Ah.
Which Leah would recognize that
Mhm.
something she may have done as some.
Yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
just
that's a
asking
higher
because
level, I think, than Leah
I
can cast.
absolutely
Leah
would not
can't
have
cast that.
recognized that.
I probably had a better idea of what it was than anybody else.
Right.
Yeah,
I feel like
wouldn't
Leah's
know what that
seen
was.
other paladins cast it, but it's a higher level than Leah can do. Because I was looking through her spells and I couldn't find it.
I don't
What
think
level is
that I would have seen
Space
anything like that
warping
at any
is-
point.
Becoming a part of Aiden's repertoire.
There you go.
Yeah. Well,
What
Alright.
level is
now
Banishing
that we're on the
Smite?
same plane, I can.
5.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
Okay,
yeah, Leah
yeah.
definitely can't do that yet. Not for like a lot of levels.
While I'm
So,
here,
Elias,
I
didn't
may
you
as
have
well.
like advantage on something? Didn't you have a like DM inspiration from last time?
I think I may have used it. No,
No,
I
you didn't
didn't.
need to.
I mean, it's not a save.
Wow.
Yeah,
It wasn't a
Just saying.
save.
That's
yeah,
true.
that's true. It wasn't a save, so.
You might need it now.
Yeah. Please don't die while everyone else.
I mean, I don't know what she can even do now. Like,
It'll take me a bit. Like I can find
Well,
a
I'm gonna
portal,
start
but
by smashing that thing.
I can
smashing
literally
what
find us
thing?
the closest portal.
The thing that just crawled. I
The
mean,
aberration just popped up.
Oh, and I missed that. It's been cutting in and out so bad that it's been really hard to figure out what's
Yeah.
actually happening half the time.
Sorry about
I
that.
mean,
It's not just you,
My
everybody's
dumb idea
spotting.
is give Aiden the soul stone and he just starts hitting everybody else with banishing smites.
Oh god.
I mean, honestly, I'm just like, Leah has it, and I don't know that Leah has really been fully given the handbook on this is exactly what this does. So she just knows that Elias is not allowed to have it. That's all she.
yeah.
Put
That's
your
all
faith in the
she's aware
queen, and
of.
she will give us the way.
So you know,
Yeah, like Shavir
probably
shows up
wouldn't have
to
much
help
of a
these people and starts disappearing. Wait,
Yeah.
there's something here.
And there goes the bastion.
Back on the material plane, if give me a day to rest, I'll prepare sending. I can contact what's his face back in Guard and just be like, "Hey, asshole." blood."
Please don't die in the meanwhile while you're on your
I'm
own.
getting the gate spell. You don't have a choice. I've had a really rough couple days. All right.
You're coming whether you like it or not.
So yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was. I appreciate all of you. Thank you very much, Aaron. Extra.
I'm
magic.
mad at Discord. I probably would have been more active.
yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Technical problems. Are
I'm
always tricky.
terrified that none of you actually heard that.
Heard what?
Or the letter.
Oh,
I
I
heard it.
with the
That we heard
oh
perfectly
no,
fine,
heard
actually.
that.
That came
Did
through
you
like
not see
perfectly clear.
Bess crying?
Yeah, I was crying.
I was kind of hoping more of you would cry.
I mean,
I mean, if you know me, it is not at all surprising.
It's,
But
I did that
no,
so many
I
times.
was. That hurt.
yeah.
there we go. I found it.
Hey, John wanted to know what she was yanking out of the book and burning, so
Now we know.
The prior
Yeah.
versions. I literally wrote that night too after that session. I keep writing things after like I have her do that.
Yeah, I thought of like what would be the most poignant, like sort of like great thing, and then I said, "Hey, Aaron, yeah, can we try and make the rest of the players cry?"
Good luck.
Admittedly, when she first sent it to me and I was reading it,
Yeah, that was
hearing
I've done
it.
it before. I haven't made people cry with it.
I was like hearing it in Aaron's voice, or like Cortanus's voice, and then you had the music in the background, and then it was just like, and of course, like you hit my characters first, and I was just like, yeah.
I was just like, yes, of course. You're just.
You know what?
Just cause more pain.
Oh, yeah.
You cut out. But
Wait, what?
John cut out.
Yeah, I can hear you.
John.
What?
You're not gonna even tell me.
Nobody heard what you said.
I hear you.
Okay.
Sad.
No fucks given.
yeah. All right. So this will be an interesting next couple of sessions as you reconcile.
In another month.
Another month.
I'm sorry. Yeah, February was tricky, and I had scheduled some things for early February, completely not thinking. Well, we hadn't planned anything, and I didn't realize everyone would be gone. Like,
But the
latter
20,
half.
whatever it is, the 22nd should be.
Yeah, I think there is an update. There is some.
I mean, I just if there's a day that everybody else is not gonna be around for, I just put no because I have to work on Saturday evening a month. So
yeah, but you get to pick at least.
Yeah, I get to pick because I do the scheduling.
Hey.
Yeah, that is handy at least.
We're all good for the 22nd.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, looks like we're good for then.
Doable.
And maybe the 29th?
Yeah, I mean, if Maggie and I are both doing
I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder. I'm proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder. I'm proud to be in whatever sitch, like singing on Twitch or playing D&D. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder. You may call me obsessive, but I just border on being a collector and being a dragon that sits atop my treasure. That's so shiny. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder. And my partners love me for it. I'm a natural 20 when it comes to being me.